victims and strengthening our democracy. As a demonstration of our commitment, we have already allocated Kenya shillings 2 billion towards compensation and reparation for those who have suffered verified harm arising from protests and unrest, including affected families, injured citizens, businesses lost, and law enforcement officers injured in the course of their duties. But let me be clear. This is, as has been said by many, the beginning of the journey, not the end. Let me also be clear about what these payments are and what they are not. They are not the price of life, of pain, or of loss. No amount of money could ever be. The Kenya shillings 2 billion we have committed cannot replace a son or a daughter. It cannot restore years and lot of trauma. It cannot fully compensate a family, a trader, or a community for all that has been taken away from them. What it does represent is the state's acknowledgement that harm occurred, that victims matter, and that a nation heals by tending to its wounds rather than pretending they do not exist. Nor is this redress a reward for violence, looting, criminality, or unlawful conduct. Neither should it be understood as a license for disorder on one hand, or excesses and violations of rights on the other. It is redress for harm suffered by citizens, an affirmation that the rule of law applies equally to everyone. And let no one mistake compassion for impunity. Compensation does not retire accountability. The law applies equally to the citizen and the officer, to the protester and the police. Where wrongdoing occurred, accountability must follow its proper course. I have come to see our country as a single body. It has many parts, and no two are alike. The hand is not the foot. The eye is not the ear. Yet all belong to one body and share one life. When a thorn pierces the foot, it is not the foot alone that suffers. The whole body stops to remove it. So it is with us. The young person injured in a protest, the trader who lost a lifetime's work to looting, the police officer hurt while keeping the peace, and the family mourning a loved one are not rival camps. They are all Kenyans. They are all part of one national body. When any one of them is wounded, Kenya is wounded. And a nation does not heal by choosing whose pain matters. It heals by acknowledging all suffering, pursuing justice for all, and committing itself to doing better. That is why this framework is only the beginning. The journey will be complete only when we achieve two other things. First, a comprehensive legal framework that fully operationalizes and protects the rights guaranteed under Article 37 of our Constitution. the right to assemble, demonstrate, picket, and petition peacefully. I'm happy that the Kenya Human Rights Commission have undertaken to work with all the stakeholders to develop this law that will operationalize and protect the rights guaranteed under Article 37 of our Constitution. Secondly, to reform and have a training manual that reshape our police service and how they manage public demonstrations, ensuring professionalism, restraint, accountability, and respect for constitutional rights. Together, these reforms will strengthen the health of our democracy, because compensation, properly understood, is not an end in itself. Compensation addresses the consequences of past failure, but reform must prevent their recurrence. We must also recognize a new challenge of our time. Artificial intelligence and digital platforms have transformed how information is created, shared, and consumed, especially among young people. While these technologies have expanded access to information, created new opportunities for learning, innovation, and commerce, and enriched democratic participation, they can also